To have your last spring practice, like kind of winding down that phase of your football career, kind of coming to an end.
Yeah, it's been a wild, 4 years, but a wild spring practice. Me and Donnell were on the boat the other day talking about it. Just our last time doing it, and it's our last time to be together at spring practice with a bunch of guys that we spend most of our lives with, and it's just crazy to think about that, but. We're just trying to make the most of every day, and then know we got our last summer and our last fall and our last season.
Whose boat were you on?
Actually, Corey Helms, one of our he's in the weight room now, but one of our ex-linemen. You got some guys that go out and just hang out, and it's pretty cool, pretty fun to do.
Yeah, you outfished Donnell.
And shoot, can't outfish Donnell. Donnell's going to beat you no matter what. So,
how would you see? Or how would you assess where the goals that you had coming into the spring and how you've accomplished them, at least to this point?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we've done a lot of good things. I think we've got more explosive on offense for sure. I think guys are really making plays and pushing the ball down the field. And then turnovers being the big one that we got to take care of as far as limiting those. I think we've done a good job on that too. I think, Israel and JC and RJ, guys on defense, JT made some good plays on the ball and have caused some turnovers, but I think for the most part we've done a good job taking care of the ball.
Defensive coaches and players have mentioned a renewed confidence on their side of the ball and even a swagger. How has that manifested itself out there? What have you noticed?
Yeah, you can definitely see it. You can definitely see it, and I think it starts with the guys on the back end and kind of just trickles its way through. Down to the D-line. I think everyone on defense just has that confidence about them that they want to go win every play. And that's going to make our whole team better. It makes us definitely a lot better on offense because, JC and Israel want me to throw it at them every play. Yeah. And it's just really great to see them and see them come along and make plays.
How has the offense responded to that, in your opinion?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think, Brian and Shai being the main ones that go against them, I haven't backed down at all. And they've taken it right to them too, and it's really just a real good, healthy competition right now, especially outside. Just every day they know that they got to bring their best, or they're going to get embarrassed. And I think that's been the best thing for us is all four of those guys are really getting after it every day.
In terms of tempo, how much more adept do you think this offense will be at running it this year when you choose to run it?
Yeah, I think guys will know, where to line up and everything based on the calls that we give them, and I think it's going to be so much faster. And I think the linemen have a good idea of understanding that it starts with them, and they got to get set on the ball before we can do anything. So they've done a great job with that so far.
Coach McClendon said earlier in the spring that he probably implemented about half of what he wanted to last year, and this year was kind of the other half. How much of that have you noticed, and what have you noticed about what new he's put in?
Yeah, you can just definitely see his own spin on everything and his own take. He definitely likes to push the ball down the field. He likes to be aggressive. He has an aggressive mindset. That's what I love about it. And he really puts a lot of confidence in us as quarterbacks to make the right decisions. And you can just definitely tell he feels more comfortable with just calling plays that really attack the defense.
What are your plans for the summer as far as any camps you're going to be attending, anything related to working on your game individually, or what do you want to see around here as far as getting everybody together and working together in the off season?
Yeah, so as far as here, we will probably throw probably 2 times a week. During the summer, getting more into 3 times a week, probably in July, heading up to fall camp. But I know for myself, I'll be going down to the Manning camp again this year. Just a really great camp down there, and just a really cool experience getting to see all those guys and just learn from them and soak up all you can. And then probably heading back down to Mobile and work with David Morris and QB Country down there and train with him and really just do whatever I can to perfect my game and get ready for the season.
Is there a different feeling for you being a senior? There's quarterback leadership and then there's senior leadership. Do you feel different?
Oh, for sure. For sure. And TJ Brunson called a senior meeting the other day and just kind of laid out the idea that, guys, this is our last chance to do it. And we can't let little things fall through the cracks. And we really got to be particular in what we want and what our goals are, and don't let anything stand in the way. And if someone's not, doing his best to achieve the team goals, we got to talk to them and get them in line. And everyone's just responding well and really working hard.
What have you noticed about the young quarterbacks, especially after they've gotten, reps with the ones?
Yeah, they all just bring a lot of confidence. And that's one thing that you look at them and they don't play like freshmen. Or Ryan doesn't play like freshman. DeCarrion doesn't play like a redshirt freshman. You know what I mean? I mean, two guys and even Jay too being in there, but two guys that really, you know, really just exuberate confidence. Is that a word? Exuberate?
That's a good word.
Hey, I like that, don't you? But two guys that really just give it their all every day. You can tell they study their playbook every night, and two guys just love football, and that's the biggest thing you can see from them.
Have you felt them push you in a way that you probably haven't had here?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you know, you look at DeCarrion and things he can do with his feet. I mean, that's something that, you know, that's kind of, you know, his niche and what he does best. And that's something that, you know, I learned from him. You know, really, you know, we run any QB run stuff is something that I'm asking him what he sees when he's running to try to learn from him. And then as far as Ryan, you know, he makes some throws sometimes. You're like, wow, that's a big time throw. So, I mean, a lot of things you can learn from everyone. You know, and it's not, for me, it's something that I go in each and every day trying to learn as much as I can and do the best I can with my game.
Are you quarterbacks thinking about Saturday, you know, just going out there and lighting up a scoreboard and putting on a show to give the fans something to talk about over the next few months?
I mean, the defense guys already want to get me every day. I'm trying to, but I mean, we just want to go out there and compete, you know, and that's one thing Coach McClendon talks about all the time. It's just go out there and compete. I think if we can, that's what we've been doing every practice, and we go out there and do it Saturday. I think we'll have a good day.
Jake, how have the coaches told you what your role will be Saturday? I mean, they want you to go as kind of equal rep, or they know, well, let's get the younger guys some development?
They haven't really said much yet about it, but I assume it'll kind of be the same as last year. You know, first half, maybe some after that, and just really try to get good quality drives in, and you know, execute at a high level. And I think if we execute at a high level, you know, it'll be less time. But if we're not, I want to stay in there and make sure we can get going and executing at a high level the way we want to.
Jerry, what shot bring to the outside receiver position? What does he do well there?
Just explosiveness. You know, he can, you know, use his speed to just win on the line of scrimmage and then just take off. A guy that you know is a little bit smaller than Brian, but can really go up and get the ball. And just some of the catches he's made throughout spring is just like, wow, that's, you know, that's a grown man catch and really just a big time guy that's going to be huge for us this year.
I know Rico's been in and out, and you've had a new position coach. What have you been able to do to try and remake or make over the run game?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's getting creative, one, and you know, finding ways to take advantage of how the defense lines up. Giving the quarterbacks, you know, more opportunity to change a play based on what they see, what we see. But I think for the most part, it's just mindset, though. It's mindset that it's 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, that we got to get the first down on the ground, and the defense knows we're going to run it. But we got to get the first down, and I think the running backs and the O-linemen have done a great job of really adapting that mindset.
As you're through 12 spring practices now, what's different about you, if anything, than from where you were at the end of last season?
Yeah. I think it's just stillness. You know, you look back at last season towards the end, maybe pressing a little much at times, but really now, you know, it's just, you know, taking the good games I had and building on those and learning from the bad games, and just feel more calm now. Feel more calm and understanding what the defense is doing, where our receivers are going to be, and getting them the ball.
Jake, at this senior meeting, did you list your goals, talking with the other guys, your personal goals?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's kind of, you know, similar to what TJ was saying is, you know, this is our last time to do it. And you never want to look back and say, I wish I would have done this. And that's one thing I learned from Chase, my brother, when he played at Rutgers. That's one thing he always told me. You know, he wished he would have said more or done some more stuff here, or said something to this guy and maybe would have changed something. So that's one thing for me. Just I don't want to look back and think I wish I would have done something else.
Looking at that, Jake, do you think in terms of your legacy here, just by the numbers, you got a chance to set a lot of records in this year, but a lot of people will say, well, you know, who did he beat? That kind of thing. Do you think about that kind of stuff?
I don't. I just really try to you know, play hard for my teammates, and that's one thing that I always live by. If your personal goals line up with the team goals, it'll all work out. And that's really all I want to do is just win for my teammates and let all that fall into place.
What's the biggest thing you learned from Chase, kind of watching him go through that whole experience?
Yeah, I mean, he went through a pretty big, you know, quarterback controversy battle up there at Rutgers, kind of all 4 years. So I think for him, the one thing I learned from him was just consistency. You know, he never let never let a bad play or a bad practice or, getting put second string one day affect him. And he always came in with the right mindset to do what he needed to do and to lead the best way he could. And, he was 12 hours from home and, didn't have a lot of family close to him, but still just put his head down and kept working. And that's just the biggest thing I learned from him is to not let other things influence you and just do what you got to do.
You were talking about the running game a little bit earlier, and, just trying to do it better, trying to get that third and one kind of thing. Does a game like the Florida game sort of stand out as a moment when that didn't happen, when it seemed like you guys were late in the game running into some five-man boxes and couldn't quite move the ball maybe?
I mean, yeah, that's you look at the game, look at the season. That's one example of it. But I think it's once again just a deal where we got to go make something happen as a team, and it's not on one, O lineman or the running backs. It's on all of us. It's me carrying out a fake to maybe pull a guy out of the box. So as a whole offensive unit, we got to run the ball better.